Uh, this being my first acting role, it kind of came about in a strange way. Um, I had auditioned for kind of this open audition thing that I saw on Instagram a couple years ago, and that ended up getting canceled because of COVID. And honestly, I'm not sure how big of a part I was even meant to play in that. Um, so I just kind of kept doing my thing. I was working a regular job and playing music at night and on the weekends, trying to do that. And then I got an email from this casting agent, this major casting agent, and she said, "I want you to audition for the small part in this movie." And I said, "Oh, okay." And so I did, and I sent in a self tape, and then I did a Zoom audition with Dan and Jane, and then I think I did another one, and then I flew. Then they flew me out to LA for this screen test with Amber and a couple other people that they were looking at, and it was at that point I started to realize this doesn't seem like a small part. I don't think they would fly me out if I, was playing some small role. Then Dan FaceTimes me a few weeks later, and what do you know? It I got the part in a Predator movie. I was semi-familiar with the Predator franchise before I got the role. Most of my experience was with the first one. You know, you hear those iconic lines everywhere you go. Dutch get to the chopper. And one of my favorites, that I had heard was that whole Billy line. There's something out there and it ain't no man. And I love that. It's so ominous. So yeah, the first one. But after I got the role, I went and binged the rest of them because I want to know what I'm getting into here. Tabe is a character that I really felt a camaraderie with because he's this strong, tough, warrior, but he has this kindness and this kind of goodness that radiates out of him, and that's something that I strive to try and have in my own life if I can. So being able to play this guy as my first character was kind of an honor for me because that's something I want to bring to the world. Young boys out there, so many they want to be strong, they want to be tough, but that doesn't mean that they have to um, get rid of their kindness and their goodness. So that was an honor for me. Yeah, my background, kind of growing up in the Southwest, certainly kind of gave me a good foundation to kind of build Tabe upon. Uh, I kind of grew up with a mix of cultures, but it gave me a wide outlook, and kind of a lot of things to take uh, and put into this guy. He's not just one thing. He is emotionally diverse, and you get to see multiple different sides of Tabe throughout the movie, which was fun for me. You get to see him at his best. You get to see him under stress. You get to see him emotionally conflicted talking to his sister. It was pretty special for me. One thing that I love about Dan is he's so easygoing. If anybody had any ideas, he was never too scary to approach. In my last scenes, I wasn't supposed to originally have anything on my face, just the bruises and the cuts that I would have anyway. Um, but I was looking at the blood on myself and the blood all around me, and I was just thinking to Dan, to myself, I want to put something on top of it to kind of get his groove back, because he's just gone through this horrible experience. He's got to come back with some swag. So I went to Dan and I said, "Hey, can I take some blood and do something to kind of give Tabe a little bit of fierceness for this last bit?" And he was all for it. So I give him all the credit. Thank you for listening to me, bud. Um, this being my first acting role, there was a lot of moments where I just kind of had to step back and go, "Wow, this is quite the production." You don't realize how many people go into making a movie until you're sitting in the middle of it and you're watching so many people going by doing their jobs, and it just gives you an ultimate appreciation. And it's humbling for me because I know. that my part is only so much. You've got, grips setting things up just right for you. You've got, the post production guys, who hold a lot of power in their hands to make you look really good or really bad. So you really appreciate those guys who don't really get seen in the movie. I know without those guys, we couldn't have done it. So I appreciate them.